Hello everybody, I'm Japri and welcome to another Rust video. So before I get on with this video, I would like to tell you guys about my Twitter account. If you have Twitter and want to be the first to know about everything going on with my channel, then please go ahead and follow me on Twitter. Also, if I'm unable to upload videos for some reason, then Twitter is where I will tell you guys about it. So follow me on Twitter if you're interested in that. But for this video I have quite a long list of things I want to tell you guys about. Most of them are quite exciting too, so I think that this news video will be one of the bigger ones in a while. I'm going to start off with the newest things. One of them is actually from less than an hour ago when I make this commentary. But before I start with the real news, I'd like to mention the fact that Rust is now being sold on the Humble store. It's the same price as always, which is $20 US, but the good thing is that 10% of it, I think, goes to charity. So if you guys haven't already bought Rust and you're thinking about getting into it, I highly suggest clicking on the link in the description to the Humble store and you can buy the game there, because you will then not only get the game for the same price as usual, you also support charity. So the first piece of news I have is the 3D context menu that Gary has been working on. This is something that I personally haven't thought of before. I just haven't gotten to mind that this could and should be a thing in Rust, but when I saw this today, it got me really interested, and I think that this could fit the game very well if it's done good. Gary said that there are some problems with it, however, that they're going to have to figure out. At the moment, the menu sometimes clips into the object, like with the storage box right here. It's something that Gary has to figure out a solution for, but he says that it might end up being more trouble than it's worth. We're just going to have to see how it turns out, and hopefully it leads somewhere. But the next on my list is the tent concept image made by Megan. It's something that I've seen and heard a lot of players mention before, and I think it's generally something people are interested in. Maybe with this they could add the ability to farm or gather grass and leaves to create camouflage for the tent. Maybe from there they could implement that on clothes too. Maybe you could camouflage your clothes with grass and leaves like you can with tent in this image. Anyways, the next thing on the list actually is a concept image too, again created by Megan, and these are concept images of log structure components. It says that this is on their to-do list, so I assume that this is something that guaranteed will be coming to the game in the future. And my question for this is, will it be a replacement for the current wood structure components, which I highly doubt, or will this be something better than wood, but worse than metal, maybe a slight upgrade from the regular wood? Maybe with this they are planning to implement the ability to more easily destroy regular wood components with axes and pickaxes. Because if you think about it, a log cabin would be harder to break through with an axe. I imagine it would take quite a long while to do so. But regular wooden components you would be able to break through much quicker, since it's just weak planks nailed together. And this also gave me an idea. What if they make the raiding and destroying of structure components more immersive by making it so that you destroy the planks individually on walls, etc. So let's say you're focusing on one plank. When you have broken that, you're able to more easily see through the wall, and whoever owns the house would be able to hit you or shoot you through the hole. Then let's say that once you have broken maybe 2 to 3 planks, you have a big enough hole to squeeze through. Of course, with explosive charges the wall would break down instantly. I would then also think that it would be better to just require one explosive charge to blow up, for example, a wooden wall. But now to the next thing, which is a new kind of food source. Daniel uploaded images of his new apple models yesterday. There are 3 sorts of apples: green, red and rotten. My initial thoughts for this is, where would you get them from? Maybe they are thinking about adding a new kind of tree spawning around the world, since in real life apples grow on apple trees. The next thing is the new models for the bandages, which I don't have a lot to say about other than the fact that I think it looks really great. They look much better than the current bandages, and with these images Daniel also uploaded images of the new radiation pills models, which also looks really great and detailed. So let's hop right on to the next, which is the new bear model and animations for it, as well as the new deer model. They both look pretty good, but I think that the hair on the bear could be done a little bit better. However, keep in mind that I have no experience whatsoever with this engine and have no idea what it's capable of. But I'm really happy that they have started to replace the animal models, since the current ones are not directly made by the devs of Rust. They are models purchased from the Unity 3D's asset store. But next on the list is the new metal barrels with updated and more detailed textures, which also are made by Daniel. Again, I don't have much to say about this, but I think they look great. It's a huge difference from the current ones, and if you compare them both, I wouldn't say it's impossible that the old textures were made in Microsoft Paint or a similar program. Jokes. Much fun. Very laugh. So the next thing on the list is the hammer. There is not a lot of info about what the hammer is for at the moment, but I'm going to assume it's for building, because that's what hammers usually are used for. I have in a previous video talked about the concept images with 3 different building stages on structure components, and I think that they are related to the hammer. I also said in the video that I think we might see a hammer added to the game to make the building aspect of the game more immersive, risky, and more realistic. I think it might work like this. You choose where to build the component, then you start using your hammer on the component, and when you keep hammering and building it, it goes through 3 different stages as seen in this example picture. If this is the case, and this is in fact what they are planning to do with the hammer, I think it would make building your base much more risky. I think you would most of the time want to have someone with you to cover you while you're building, since it would be much more time consuming. Anyways, that's all for this video. If you enjoyed the video, then please leave a like, and if you haven't already, consider subscribing for more Rust news from me, and I will see you guys in the next Rust video.